Hello, it's Krista. Tumblr is a community that I'm a part of. I've been a part of it for about 6 months so far, and I really enjoy it. Um, it's a place where you can do just a ton of things. It's a blogging site where you can just do a ton of things. I'm going to kind of, show it to you in case you're not familiar with it first, and then we'll get into the brass tacks of how everything works and whatnot. But this is my dashboard, and this is where, you can go to home, you can message somebody, you have a question, you can type it in. This is where your profile is and where you can log out. And this is where you can post, video, audio, you can chat with people, you can post links, quotes, photos, text. It really gives you a lot of options. Right now you can see I'm following 16 blogs. The majority of them are they're funny because I'm a big fan of humor. So I've got Funny or Die, crack.com, that's actually pretty funny. Breaking Bad Downton Abbey mashup. Matthew resorts to cooking meth to keep the Abbey from being sold, and Walt learns to waltz. That's pretty funny. But you can go down and see the different ones that have actually made posts. Splitsider's another one. Um, and then to see all of the blogs that I follow, we come back up and you can go to right here. And this just basically gives you a list. But I also like, there's also another blog on here called WTF Fun Facts, and that's just really interesting stuff. Um, but that's basically how Tumblr works. And let's say that I wanted to, obviously I'm following crack.com right now, but I want to repost this, but first I want to like it. So I'm going to like it, and then I can reblog it right here. And if I wanted to write something in it, I could do that. I could say, OMG, so funny, and then reblog the post on my blog. Um, so that's basically how Tumblr works. And if I wanted to go to my blog itself, I go right here, click on that, and you can see that this just showed up with the text that I wrote. Some other stuff that I've blogged. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Breaking Bad. um, but yeah, so that's how Tumblr works. And right now, let's go ahead and go to the template. So here's from the research that I did, tumblr.com. It's easy to use. It's a blogging platform. You can share anything from text, photos, quotes, links, music, videos from your browser, phone, desktop, email, or basically wherever you happen to be. You can customize everything too, which I haven't done a lot with so far on mine. But from colors to themes, HTML, stuff like that. Of all of the big sites in the US to follow, this is ranked number 6 currently. Um, it was founded in February of 2007. We'll get into who the founder is in just a minute, and that's kind of where the headquarters are in New York City, New York. But there's 54 million users, 141 million spectators, 181 employees, 21,394 meetups that happen through this site, and the site is available in 12 different languages, which is pretty cool. Here's kind of a little stat page that I got going on for the US versus the global people that check out Tumblr. 3% addicts, 46% visits, 41% regulars, 42% visits. As opposed to globally, it's 2% addicts, 44% of visits, 40 regulars, 43% of visits. Pretty consistent between the US and the global users and community members, right across the board actually. So that's neat. And this was done by Quantcast Corporation. This is David Karp. He's the founder. His background, he's the founder and CEO of Tumblr. He actually started learning HTML at age 11, dropped out of school at age 15, started his own software consultancy company in 2006 called Davidville, and then that was later renamed to Tumblr in 2007. Within 2 weeks, He gained 75,000 users, which is pretty huge. Um, as of 2011, he was living in Williamsburg with his girlfriend Rachel Eakley and their dog Clark. I don't know if that's still the case. For demographics, he's obviously a male, 27 years old, short form blogging platform company. His net worth is over $200 million. Even though he recently sold Tumblr to Yahoo, he's still currently the CEO of Tumblr. Um, Identifiers, he is an American web developer and entrepreneur. You can follow him at davidslog.com. His online activities, obviously an advanced web developer. You can find him on SlideShare and Wikipedia. Social networks he's involved in, Twitter, Tumblr, Mashup, The Carp Chronicles, and Vimeo. And these are some fun quotes that I found. And this first one is from Adweek. When a brand or publisher likes or reblogs one of your posts, that's spectacularly vindicating. I might not give a shit about Vogue's behind the scenes stuff, but when they reblog my photo, holy shit. So you can see like where, these feelings of, self-publishing comes into play here. And then another quote from Brainy Quote says, today there are millions of people making stuff and putting it into the world. That's become part of our identity, and it shouldn't be limited to people who fancy themselves writers or who are particularly witty or talented. Another quote from Uniglow is, with Tumblr, we're trying to build the perfect platform for self-expression, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. And then the final quote from him that I have is from Social Times, and he says, the other social media platforms such as Flickr, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook didn't allow users to share all types of media like video, audio, and quotes. And so that's pretty huge because he was able to do this with Tumblr. Now for the critic, Zach Inglis. He is a very big critic of Tumblr. He works right now at Jumpstarter and London Made. He's from London, UK, but he's resided in America and Asia as well. According to his latest blog, he's single, ladies. 25 years old, and his identifiers, web designer and developer. He embraces individuality. He enjoys photography and videography, and his nickname is Pi. His online activities, he's an advanced web developer. You can find him on zachinglis.com. He's also involved in the following social networks: Tumblr, Flickr, Dribbble, which I haven't heard of Dribbble. I need to check that out. LinkedIn, GitHub, Facebook, and Last.fm. And a couple of his quotes that I found from his very own website is, embrace who you are while your design is what you're selling, your personality and what you can do to help clients with it is your USP. And then another quote from his blog is, as I grew up, I still focused hard on projecting the best business attitude that I could, but then something clicked in me. I think because I saw so many people working so hard just to please the general masses rather than working hard on what they loved. So those are some of my favorite quotes for sure. And then there's me. Now, I wouldn't quite call myself a spectator because I do, obviously, like you've seen earlier, I do reblog things. I do get involved a little bit. So I'm just going to call myself a joiner. A little bit about my background. I've been a radio broadcaster for 11 years. I am single officially, 33 years old. I live in a very rural area in northern Michigan. Some of my identifiers: outgoing personality. I enjoy the liberal arts, music, reading, videography, photography, and pretty much anything extreme. I've got a 2.5-year-old Chesapeake Bay Retriever named Kaya. I think I mentioned that before. And then my online activities, I'm an intermediate web user, I would say. I'm certainly not an advanced because I'm still learning HTML coding and whatnot, but I know quite a bit of it anyways. And you can find me on a couple of my websites right now, KristaLeeMyers.com and KristaLeeInteractiveMedia.com. And the social media platforms that I'm involved in is Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn, and WordPress. Some of my quotes, some of my favorite quotes of my very own. I'm a big fan of doing what feels good. And finally, if we are merely a reflection of our creations, then Our only choice is to leave behind one massively magnificent digital footprint for our successors. Thank you for watching my community of Tumblr.